Hey there, it's Jen. Thanks for tuning in. If you're catching this part of the video, you're on the replay. I'm again trying to do this from my computer, so this is very new for me. And normally I look right at myself. I'm talking to myself, which is right below the camera line. So in this case, it's not, and I got to look up. So if I'm not looking at you, I do apologize, but I'm going to be looking around anyway. So I want to talk about meditation. So when you pop on, if you could leave me a comment, something, let me know that you were here. If you find value in what I'm talking about, even better, let me know, shoot me a message, or just leave me an emoji. So I want to talk about meditation. I don't know how many people out there meditate. I feel like we hear about it a lot, but if you're like me, you might think it's pish posh and sort of like don't pay it any mind. So I remember back when I first started therapy, and we were working through anxiety, one of the things that my therapist had suggested was meditation. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Maria. Hey, Mom. One of the things she suggested was meditation, and I sort of rolled my eyes at her, as I did often, because it just sounds so like floofy and like whatever. So, but I started with an app. She had suggested an app, and I'm going to tell you what it's called. It's called Insight Timer. And I still have the app on my phone 2 years later, and I still use it. As a matter of fact, we used it last night. There's tons and tons of meditations on here. So I downloaded that app, and I would use that at night when I would go to sleep. Because like a lot of people, when I would go to bed, that's when all of your or all of my worries and anxieties would just pile on, and that would keep me up. And I think a lot of people who suffer with anxiety find that they have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, because when they're laying there still, they're thinking about all of these what ifs and all of these anxieties that they have. So I started using the different meditations at night, and I found different ones that I liked at the time, and I saved them. So I always go directly to them, and I use them when I want to sleep. But now, since my anxiety it's called Insight Timer. I think it's free. It may have been like $4.99. I don't remember because it's been like 2 years, but it's called Insight Timer. Let me see if I can share it. But I found the ones I like. There's tons of them on here. Like you can find meditations just for energy, like in the morning at five, like there's 5 minute, there's 1 minute meditations, there's meditations for falling asleep, there's weight loss meditations, there's all kinds of depression, anxiety, there's kids meditations, like Lucy was using them for a while. So there's lots of great meditations on the app, and I haven't listened to even probably a quarter of them, but the ones that I do like for me now in this stage are just sound related, and I listen to them. So last night we put one on before we go to bed, and because it just is soothing. So we started doing this hot yoga now 2 weeks ago. Last night was our fourth class, okay, and it's so amazing. I love it so much. But one of the things that I really, really enjoy is that, and I'm probably not going to say this right, it's called the Savasana. Savasana is the pose that we do where we lay. It's our resting pose, and it's our regrouping pose, and we lay on our backs with our heels touching, your toes like sort of fall out, your hands are up, and you just lay there, and it is so soothing and so relaxing. I can't even explain how amazing it is, which brings me to, why don't people meditate more? So I am going to start to do more purposeful meditation and do it like during the day. I'm going to lay in the Savasana pose, and I'm going to play just some soothing music and lay there and meditate for as long as I need to. But sometimes people, I think, and this is one of the things that I thought prior to learning how to meditate, and not even learning how to meditate, because you can meditate however you want, but until I started meditating, people think you have to like go into some trance and do all these weird things and think these things that are not true. Like, meditation is to bring you to center, it's to ground you, it's to help relax you. And all you have to do, and this is one of the things that I learned through the meditation app, is because I found when I first started doing it, I was using guided meditations, and those meditations, they did play the, the relaxing music in the background, but they talked you through it. They told you what to do. And basically the core of meditation is your breathing and focusing on your breathing. So you're not going to be able to ever control your thoughts. Like, our brains are wired to think things. Like, that's what we do. So you're always going to have thoughts entering your head. So when you're meditating, when you're laying there meditating and you start drifting off because you're thinking about, did I pay that bill, or did I sign that paper, did I turn off the stove? It's those things come, but you don't give them power. You release them and you focus on your breath. And that is the power of meditation, is you keep coming back to the breath. No matter how many times you float off, you always come back to the breath. And so as you learn to do that, you can do that without the guided meditation. So I wanted to just share with you some of the benefits. For me, my personal benefits of meditation is it helps me clear my head. It helps rid me of the unwanted thoughts and what ifs that I may be going through. If I feel overly tense, overly anxious, just unsettled, it is a great way just to bring me back to center and ground me. Okay. And I think that is super important, especially for us, because we're so busy. We're all so busy. We all think that we have to do everything right now. And a lot of us have anxiety on different levels and in different ways, but a lot of us have that. So if you can take 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, to just meditate and bring yourself to core, I think the benefits are huge. So I was looking up some of the normal, like the common benefits of meditation, and it reduces stress. It can control anxiety. It can promote emotional health, enhances self-awareness, lengthens attention span. It says it may reduce age-related memory loss, may help fight addictions, all things that I think are very true. And I think, all these things can be very helpful if you are willing to work for it, just like anything else. Meditation takes work. Just like me and my husband were just talking about this hot yoga that we started taking. And even though with each class we feel like we're becoming more flexible and we're being able to do poses better, the classes are getting harder because it's hard. Yoga's hard. And everything you do that's worth doing is going to be hard to some extent, but you have to work for it. And yoga meditation is a great way to start working on yourself without doing something that you feel that it's going to be dreadful or feel that something's going to be physically exhausting. And I know people say, I don't have time. You need to make time. If that means you have to get up 10 minutes earlier, if you need to go to bed 10 minutes earlier, fall asleep 10 minutes later, carve out time during your day. If you use these guided meditations in this app, Insight Timer, you'll see that you don't have to be in a tranquil place on a special little mat surrounded by waterfalls and birds chirping to meditate. You can meditate wherever you're comfortable. You can sit up, you can lay down, you can do it in your bed, wherever you can have complete quiet and relaxation for as much time as you need to do it, you can get it done. And the benefits are amazing. I'm telling you, I used to think all this stuff was hubbub, okay? I never put forth any attention to it, never wanted to. And even when I first started doing it, I would lay there and I would do it, and it was so hard for me to concentrate and do. But it's so worth it, because even now, even if I'm not in a state where I'm going to go meditate, if I'm in a state where I'm somewhere and something's going on and I feel anxious or I feel irritated or I feel like I want to react, I am able to go into, like, just in my head, say, and focus on my breath. And no one knows what I'm doing. I'm focusing on my breath. I'm bringing myself back to core. I'm grounding myself, and I'm releasing it. And that's amazing. And we all deserve that. We all deserve to feel that sort of relief. And yes, we might pick back up and go back into our chaotic life when it's over, but just taking that little bit of time for you, the benefits are amazing. So like I said, a great way to start with meditation is the Insight Timer, because there are hundreds of great meditations on there, lots of guided meditations that are going to walk you through it, teach you what to do, and talk to you the whole time. And it's super amazing. It is super amazing. So I highly recommend that. So just wanted to pop on, let you know that I think meditation is important. And the further I go with it, the more I learn about it, the more I really, really like it. And the more I'm going to incorporate it into my daily life outside of just at bedtime, outside of just, you know, in the Savasana pose at yoga, just really making my effort to purposely meditate more often, because it's so beneficial. So thanks for popping on. Make sure you let me know that you were here. I would love if you would hit that share button and share with your friends. I would appreciate that greatly. Again, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.